So with the 2023 AFL Draft not too far away, there is still one huge question. And that big question is whether the West Coast Eagles will trade or whether they'll use pick 1 in the 2023 AFL Draft. In this video, I'm going to be going over whether, what offers have come so far, what players are available around different ranges, and what the Eagles will do depending on what route they choose. So we're going to start off with talking about pick number 1, of course. Generational talent, Harley Reid from Victoria. He's a once-in-a-generation player, been linked to like Dustin Martin, plays in that sort of way, knows how to do a good old fend-off, knows where the goals are, inside machine, knows where the ball is, just knows how to play and can play in the forward line and all that, and provides a big spark. So he's the clear pick 1, but it'll be interesting to see what the Eagles do as to whether they hold it or as to whether they trade it. Now, of course, first-round draftees do get a 3-year contract offer at the moment. That's the new thing. That's this year, brand new. But, of course, though, whether he wants to stay for that 3 years or whether he wants to go home early, it will be interesting to see if the Eagles do take him with pick number 1. But the other option is they might decide to trade it off, because it depends whether they're going to back themselves in to hold on to Harley Reid for 3 years or longer. So if they decide to trade it, they've had a couple of offers come through for the number 1 pick. So those offers have been Melbourne, and they offered pick 6, pick 11, pick 42, and a future first for the number 1 draft pick. So that means getting 6, 11, 42, future first, and pick 6 might be too late to get Daniel Curtin, which is their main reason why they would trade. If they were to trade off the pick 1, the only reason why they're doing that is so they can get Daniel Curtin, who is a defender, midfielder, primarily defender, but can really play anywhere. His versatility is such a big part of his game, which is why he's up there in those top 5 calculations. Pick 6 might be a little bit too late to get him. But yeah, 6, 11, 42 and a future first was their offer pick 1. North Melbourne, they've also come with an offer. The Eagles declined both of these. North Melbourne offered up pick 2, pick 15, and one of pick 17 or pick 18. Of course, North Melbourne holds pick 2, 3, 15, 17, and 18, but their offer was 2, 15, and then one of 17 or 18. Now, of course, that would hand North the number 1 pick, but in that offer, though, they want to pick 1 and pick 23 for 2, 15, and one of 17 or 18, which is why the Eagles were like, nope, because it was pretty much pick 2 for pick 1, and then pick 15 and, let's say, 18, one of 17 or 18 for pick 23. So the Eagles, though, if they were to go, if North were to go pick 2, 15, 17/18 for number 1, which is 3 picks, then the Eagles have a little bit of wiggle room. It means that at number 2, they get Daniel Curtin. That's guaranteed, because North would take Harley Reid with number 1. Then the Eagles would take Curtin with number 2, and then North would take pick 3, whatever they want to do with pick 3. But the Eagles have a couple of WA talent around that pick 15, 17, 18 area, which would work out just so perfectly. They've also got pick 23 as well, their own pick, which they wouldn't want to give that up because there's WA talent in that range. So if it was to be 2, 15, and 18, or one of 17 or 18, that went to the Eagles for pick 1, they would get some WA talent around. They get Daniel Curtin at number 2, and then they get Colton Thurstrop, potentially, who's a forward midfielder at 188 centimetres. That's one of the options, WA talent. Riley Hardiman, who has shot up draft boards recently as an improved defender who can also play in the midfield at 188 centimetres as well. He's been one of those real late risers, but he's definitely in the mix. And then Lance Collard, who is a forward who is a part of the West Coast Next Generation Academy. Of course, they can only get him if a bid comes outside the pick 40. Or if they take him with one of their own picks, he's a forward at 185 centimetres, which if they were to accept this North Melbourne offer of 2, 15, and one of 17 and 18, and keep their pick 23, that means that they could get Daniel Curtin, WA talent, whose versatility is so good, Colton Thurstrop, who's a forward midfielder at 188 centimetres, who can play in the forward line or the midfield and has good height attached to him, Riley Hardiman, who's definitely been one of the late improvers, but looking like he could jump quite up into that top 15 calculation, potentially defender and midfielder 188 centimetres as well. And then Lance Collard, who is a forward in their Next Generation Academy at 185 centimetres. They could get 4 WA talent, 4 WA prospects, which would be huge if they were to get that. So definitely interesting for West Coast to think about whether they want to take a generational talent in Harley Reid at pick number 1 and potentially risk losing him. But if they were to take and pick number one, they'd back themselves in that they can retain this player. Or if they were to do an offer with North, because it's really North now, it'd be 2, 15, and one of 17 or 18, or maybe 2, 15, 17, and 18, which means they'd have pick 2, 15, 17, 18, and 23, which means they get Curtin and then potentially all those WA talents. And then there's a couple of other players as well around that are also WA talents, like Aiden O'Driscoll is one as well. And then there was also Pil Thunder Ruckman, which could be in their calculations. But anyway, though, feel free to let me know, do you think West Coast should trade the number one draft pick or hold it? It's a decision as to whether they want less, a really good player in Harley Reid, or Harley Reid and then another pick at 23, whether they want more, whether they want Daniel Curtin and a couple of other really quality first round players, and then of course use that pick 23 as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to let me know what you think the Eagles should do in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you guys and then miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much. Bye everyone. Flame for the out.